Hey,
We
hey.
here.
My man. My man brought out the Minnesota Vikings.
Another glorious Monday, y'all.
Come on now. Come on now.
Woo.
Y'all see the fits.
Y'all
Y'all
see.
see the fits, right?
Y'all see.
It's giving nothing but losing energy. Right?
Yo, chill. Do not. Y'all can do whatever y'all want over there in Cincinnati, man. We not talking that type of talk.
Hey man, you see the title says built for the big stage Super Bowl 2026.
Hey,
Neither of our teams is in the dance, bro.
That's not the point. It's not the point. The point is we talk good about the team. That's it.
you said you riding for I'm riding for.
Yeah.
Hey man, like Steve said, we back for another Monday. This is that Talk That Shit podcast, man. What's going on with you, brother? How was the weekend? I heard it's been cold in New York City up there, huh?
God, if you live in the Northeast, please throw your prayers up. Because
Oh.
we out here getting beat down by this snow. I was telling you earlier, bro, it snowed last week and the snow is still on the ground.
Don't worry about it.
Ain't no reason for it to be that cold. No
how
reason.
much that city acts out, bro, I think y'all needed that, man. Y'all need to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, we need to slow down. Nah, man.
Y'all be doing too much.
That's crazy.
Beautiful.
I'm in the suburbs. Beautiful. That's what we say.
Oh man.
Yo,
that's good.
Crazy. How you feeling though, brother? How was your weekend?
My weekend was good, bro. Weekend was good. Honestly, just been busy. Been busy, but in a good way. God is just stretching me. God is stretching me, moving me. He's presenting me opportunities that I always envisioned or wanted. Like I got a work trip coming up. So it's exciting times for the Drummond household, brother. Excited times. You feel me?
Hey, that's what we like to hear.
I'm even more excited for tonight's episode, man.
Oh,
let's get this introduction going, man. I go by the name Mr. Drummond. This is my brother right here, Steve St. Velt, and we are the hosts of Talk That Shift podcast, where we have conversations that move people forward. We talk about mental health, we talk about relationships, we talk about personal development, and we talk about faith on this channel, man. We're excited for tonight because tonight's gonna be a fun episode. It's gonna be a little different from what we usually do. But if you see the title, if you see us wearing the football jerseys, it's called Built for the Big Stage, Super Bowl 2026. If you're not aware, the big game.
Some aren't aware. Some aren't aware.
You're right. Some people just watch it because their bae or their man or their pops or their brother watches it, and I get that, right? But the big game is, on this Sunday coming up, and it is Seattle versus New England.
Oh. What kind of nasty ass Super Bowl? Let me stop.
Yeah, you mad because your quarterback was just there last year.
Hey, we're gonna get into it a little later.
Yeah, man. Man.
I'm still overcoming. I'm still recovering.
The main goal for tonight, because we actually have two guests that's gonna come on the show, it's gonna be pretty lit.
Oh yeah.
But before we bring them on the show, we just want to remind y'all for tonight's goal, okay? And the main goal for tonight is also just to kind of remind y'all what it takes to get to the big stage, right? I know it's one game. I know people watch it like it's a national holiday, but the men that's playing on that field, the coaching staff, the medical staff, from front office to the bottom, to the stadium workers, it is a full year process to get to that big dance. So before we get to the fun and the shit talking and what our guest is gonna bring to this show, we want to just remind y'all what tonight's goal is. And Steve, let's just get right into it, brother. Let's just get right into it, man.
Let's do it.
When thinking about the Super Bowl, right? When thinking about football, when thinking about NFL, right? We're thinking about one full season. How much of this moment is talent versus habits?
Whoo, man. Thinking about this. Oh, man. I remember back in my junior year of high school.
Going back.
Going back. All right. Yeah. We ain't that old, geez. But yeah, my junior year of high school, for those that don't know, I did play football. I wasn't a starter that year. However, my football team, we were one game away from the state championships. One game away. And thinking about that big stage, it's the lights, the cameras, all the nerves, everything that goes into it. And just remembering how the culture of the locker room that year.
Yeah.
For me, we had a lot of talent. We definitely had some talented brothers. However, for me, I think the culture is what got us there.
Okay.
Like, remember, there was a point like before we started for our first game of the playoffs, we all got together on a Saturday, and the whole team watched the movie 300 together. Just some team bonding, getting us in the mindset of like, yo, hey, we here with our brothers in arms.
You might have to tell people what 300 is because it's a different time now we in.
Oh, what? God, no way. The
You'd be
people ain't seen
surprised.
300. If y'all ain't see 300, y'all gotta go see it. That's a problem.
You'd be
If you ain't
surprised.
see the movie 300, it has nothing to do with football. It has
Ask a
nothing to do with sports.
Ask a YN what 300 about. You gonna say 300 bullets?
Nah, that's crazy. The extendo clip is crazy.
All right.
Yo, that's wild. But for me, I think it's habits, because your habits create your culture. What you do regularly, how you approach challenges, how you how you overcome adversity. You could have all the talent in the room, you could have all the talent in the space. However, if you don't have the right culture, I don't think you make it this far. What about you? What gets people to the big stage?
I wholeheartedly agree. I think it's habits over talent. One thing people need to realize, especially when it comes to professional athletes, talent is what gets them. Like, don't get me wrong, hard work does get them there. But talent is what gets people to the league, right? Okay. That hard work and those habits is what keeps them in the league, right? And I think for you to get to the Super Bowl, right? For you to get to the Super Bowl, the big stage, the big dance, that's habits. I don't think people understand how long an NFL season is, right? So yes, they get a decent break once their season's over, but there's so many things that's happening between strength and conditioning, between film study, rehab if you're injured, voluntary minicamp, OTAs, mandatory minicamp, training camp, preseason, team meetings, right? You got a team meeting, which is the whole team. Then you got an offensive meeting if you're on the offense, or you got a defensive meeting on the defense. Then you got position meetings, right? If you're a quarterback, you're with the quarterbacks. If you're running backs, you're with the running backs. List goes on and on and on and on, right? Then you got joint practices during the summertime. Then you got traveling, right? Away from the family, and you got injuries. I just named 20 different things that goes on throughout an NFL season. You gotta have good habits in order to get through all that. You could be talented all you want, but talent's not going to get you waking up on time. Talent's not going to get you to make the plane on time. Talent is not going to make you want to watch film study after a long day of practice.
Film. Jeez.
Man, you saying film like you was watching film.
Yo, what you talking about, bro? Yo, you don't know what we was doing after the games. We was in the trenches, V.
Y'all wasn't doing that in high school.
Yo, deadass, we was watching film in high school, bro. I understand, man.
You capping.
Yo, you must not know. We had a standard in Nyack, V. We had a standard.
Oh, I don't believe that.
That's crazy.
When last time you been to a Nyack game?
It's been some time. I'm not gonna hold you. It's been some time. But when I was in school, there was a culture. Nyack was known for its rich football history. You know what I'm saying?
That niggas probably 3-12 now.
That's wicked. Don't be talking about the team like that. That's this.
No, I can't talk. Brent, we not doing good right now.
All right then. All right.
But I would say habits, brother. I agree. I think habits is what gets people to that final big stage. And there's a lot of teams that have a lot of youth, a lot of young talent on their teams, but you see them you just saw currently in the playoffs with some of the critical mistakes and some of the decisions that some of these players made. And like I said, when you've been in the big stage, when you've been in the deep playoff runs, when you've had winning seasons, you kind of build up those good habits and experience in order to keep giving your team the best chance to get back there, right? Quote unquote, my team was just there 2-3 years ago. There's a reason why we haven't been back. We don't got good habits. You know what I'm saying? And we don't got good culture right now.
You're the one saying that. You know what I'm saying? You talking about
Listen, I'm a diehard Cincy fan, but I ain't gonna BS for my team. I be trying to tell fans we gotta let go of that success we had against the Chiefs. That shit is dead. I was still living in New York when that happened. Jeez. Let it go. It's time to let that go. You feel me? So yeah, brother.
Yeah, the habits is important, bro. And I think in line with what we normally talking about, you know what I'm saying? I know some of our viewers might not be, tapped in on the football sense. However, the concept still it stays the same no matter what
Yes.
your lane is, whether you an artist, whether you a singer, whether you a business person, whether you model. Shout out to Gracie in the chat.
Facts.
Whatever you're doing, wherever your industry, if you don't build good habits, then even if you make it to the big stage, you won't be well prepared for it. And we all know what happens when you get into a space that you're not prepared for. Then you blow it. And then you got to rebuild. You got to rebuild.
Yo,
So,
go ahead. Yeah. There's a Big Sean verse that I love to this day. And he was talking about, I think it was on his fourth or third album. And the line was like, it's not about the trophy. It's about the journey for what it took to grab it. Right. And I think that's what we're trying to say before we bring our guests on the show, is that anything that you're pursuing in life, anything you're chasing after life, like, it's not about the reward, it's not about the likes, the following. And again, you know, it's not about the money. I'm not saying money's not important, but it's not about the money. It's really about the things and experience and the connections you make along the way that makes it worth it.
Yes, sir.
Feel me? So, yeah, man.
Without further ado, y'all ready?
Yeah, bring these boys on, man.
Let's bring our guests up to the stage. Yeah, let's bring our guests up to the stage.
Yo,
hey. Fellas, welcome.
Top of the evening, man.
Look at who it is.
First of all,
the cats done dragged in. Oh,
I'm disgusted with how you did an Eagles background.
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. Y'all already know what it is.
This might be the one time I'll give you a little bit of credit. That's smooth. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
I'm normally a hater.
Hey, man. See, I'll let you introduce these brothers, man. Introduce these young man.
Hey, yo, we got some fine young men with us. Fine young brothers here with us to discuss football. Super Bowl Sunday. Y'all ready, fellas? We got a diehard Chargers fan. This is a diverse group, y'all. We got a diehard Chargers fan, good brother G. We got a diehard Eagles fan, good brother Joshua Bailey. Welcome back to the show.
Fellas, welcome, man.
Friends of the program.
Hey, facts.
Now we appreciate y'all for real, man.
My man got the finger phone in the background.
What happened?
You got the finger phone in the background. I ain't mad at it.
Son, I'm about to throw that shit out, bro. That shit bring nothing but bad luck.
I was about to say, G's almost an Eagles fan. You know what I mean? We're this close. We just need a little more to get it over the line.
Yeah, working on some paperwork, huh?
You know what I mean? We're working on D2, but you know, Joe Burrow has to
chill. That fucking paperwork is right with the Epstein files, bro. Not to be found.
Where's that?
Bad word, bro.
That's
funny. How y'all feeling though, fellas?
I'm great. I'm great. Long day of work. I've been waiting all day for Monday night.
Yeah, no, Kevin Piccolo's out, so you know it's always a good day when you know the Eagles are back in the building. You know what I mean?
we got some Patriots fans in the chat right now, man.
Yeah,
go Patriots.
Here we go. Kansas City fans done dusted off their patch jerseys.
Yeah, right.
They ain't have a good reason to put those on in a long time.
Yeah.
Hey, man. So look, G, I actually wanna, if you don't mind, I want to start the first question with you. Okay.
All right.
First question. What do you think is more important in the Super Bowl? Is it leadership or star power?
I say leadership. No funny.
Okay.
Because I'm looking around the league. I mean, I look at my team. You know,
Jesus.
The Seahawks they fired Pete Carroll, Trader Russ. I seen they fired their OC after 1 year to bring in Clint Kubiak. And you just see all these decisions that are made to put the right pieces in place to get them to this moment. Because you look at star power will get you but so far, but then you got to have the leadership around to elevate the others to bring you to this point. So I gotta say that the leadership is most definitely more important to me.
I like that you said the firing, because as you can see, towards the end of Pete Carroll's tenure there and what Mike McDonald's been able to do in those 2 years is a total difference. I'm gonna swing that same question to you, Josh. What do you think is more important, star power or leadership?
I mean, if I'm being honest, I think they kind of go hand in hand, right? Like, yeah, you have the leadership components are there, all right, from certain people and certain people within the locker room, right? Like, just think about it from a football team standpoint, right? You have your coaches, you know, you have your offense coordinators, defense coordinators, and that's all well and good. And there is a lot of important that goes into that, but at the same time, you need those players on the ground. You got to make them plays, right? Like, I think we saw it a little bit when we looked at, you know, let's use the Patriots as an example, right? We saw when Tom Brady left Bill Belichick, right? And everybody was trying to figure out who it was, whether it was Brady or Belichick, whether, you know, I'll play advocate. I'll say it's both of them combined, right? I don't think they do it without each other. But at the same time, Tom Brady went over to a different organization, wins the Super Bowl within that first year, right? He finally got a couple weapons, but he got it done, you know, in Tom Brady fashion, right? And Bill Belichick, we saw how that kind of fizzled out until they finally let him out the door as if he, you know, hadn't gotten 6 or 7 rings, you know. So
man, he's banging 24-year-olds now.
I heard they might be getting a breakup, you know, and the first battle. Anyway, the point is, right?
You only wanted him if he was the first ballot Hall of Famer, but you see how that went, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the point is, you know, there is a huge component there that I believe they do work hand in hand. But I do think leadership is extremely important. I mean, if I had to give the edge to one or the other, you need leaders inside the locker room. Like, there's no way you get it done without them. I mean, you can have all the talent in the world, and they could be, you know, as an Eagle fan, we have crash outs that are on the team, right? A whole bunch of talent. But, you know, we need the leadership to wrap that all back in together. You know what I mean?
I respect it.
No, that's a good point. A follow-up question: How important do you think it is for players to step up as leaders? As we talk about this leadership, you know, the emphasis could be on the coaching staff and the organization, even. But how important do y'all think it is for players to step up as leaders in these big moments?
I think that's the most important part, right? Like, because at the end of the day, you're going to be looking to the left and the right to see who was in that battle with you, right? Like, you can get screamed at from start to finish, but when you're running that 9 route down the field, your quarterback already knows you guys have that synergy of, oh, I know he's going to be here when I chuck this ball up the field. It's a different ball game, you know what I mean? And when times get low, right, when you're trailing by 21, 28 points, right, who are those people that really are the people that jolt that bit of energy into the team, right, and into individual players, or who knows what to say to what player to, you know, ignite that fire within them? I think that usually comes from the players on the field with you. What you guys think?
So you got to follow up?
Yeah, what you thinking, G?
The first thing I thought of, this is a throwback to my year, how Derwin James had to black on Mekhi Becton, basically, because boy was missing every other play because of injuries. Had to black on that boy, telling me, yo, we need you. Damn near our whole O-line is out, and you out here missing every other play. And Derwin James had to black on it. It was the first thing I think of in terms of that play of leadership. Like, you got the dude signing your check, the head coach, you're not playing for them, but the dude who's strapping it up next to you, he come and tell you, yo, bro, you got to get right. I mean, I think he got right.
I disagree.
Oh
boy.
I do.
Here we go.
Talk to him.
No, I disagree. I know. I mean, I disagree in terms of what the question is. I understand and agree that it is both, right? And you need those leaders. But, bro, when I think about the Super Bowl, I think about the players that stepped up, whether they were stars before that game or they became a star in that game, and they made those critical plays, man. Because when I think about leadership, yes, both teams get to this point due to good discipline and good leadership, right? But when it comes to the game, right? Leadership wasn't that pick on the goal line when Pete Carroll wanted to throw the fucking slant route, right? Leadership wasn't when Santonio Holmes and Big Ben throw that beautiful pass. That toe tap. That ain't leadership. That was a man that became a star that day. You feel me? And I think for this game, especially for this game, it's both. Well, let me not go too much ahead, but it's two quarterbacks that you got one of them that got a really feel good story, and he's like representing the layaway motherfuckers, right? The people that but I'm being honest, because bro, if Sam think about this,
a pro athlete, brother.
Think about let's think about it. Think about it from this angle. If Sam wins it, he's giving hope for the people that was drafted in that first round and teams gave up to them early. So that's what I mean by layaway in terms of like, you got to remember before the whole Baker and Geno and like the coming back of the backup quarterback, backup QBs, that label 5-10 years ago was you couldn't trust it. Or like if it was a high pick, it was automatic bust, right? Like you think about Jamarcus Russell, think about those guys. If Sam wins it, that's gonna be a crazy storyline, right? And then you got Drake May in his second year, and then you remember people hate this team, bro. People hate the Patriots, bro. They don't want to see a new dynasty and more winning come from that organization. So somebody from either team is gonna have to step up tomorrow and be a star for the game.
I think about players stepping up in that Super Bowl from a couple years when Aaron Donald went crazy on that fourth down.
Yeah,
like
that's huge. Turned them around and all that, right?
Talk about star power, right?
That's star power.
That's a great point. Yeah, that made me.
It must be nice.
Right off the top of the dome too.
I don't know. What Super Bowl the Chargers was in?
Oh, all right.
It was one many years ago, but it is what it is.
I don't think you was alive for that.
I wasn't. The Bengals got to win in your lifetime.
That you want.
Oh goodness, this is good.
That you want to get. You want to get personal.
Niggas been to the party, but they ain't leave with no shorty.
Jesus.
No, you left him somewhere, right?
I could have sworn you was a Bengal fan that night, though.
Oh man,
dressed up the whole crib for me. Since we going there.
You know
but
what?
nah, all seriousness though. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. We want good laughs and we want jokes for this one.
Yeah, KK.
Leading to my next point. Oh wow, we got a new guest to the show, huh?
Special guest. You want to talk about this?
Oh.
Got the mini Viking on board.
Hey,
fellas.
You see that purple?
Fellas. X factors, right? Talking about stars, talking about star power, X factors. Josh, I'm gonna start with you for this one. Who do you have as the X factor on the Seattle Seahawks, and who do you have as the X factor on the Patriots? And it could be anybody, like a guy that you think might step up for this game on Sunday.
No, I think the X factors are going to be clear. I think for Seattle, it's you know what? I have a two-part answer, right? I think if Sam Darnold plays the way we've seen him play for the last few games and for this entire season, I think he's perfect. But I think Kenneth Walker then becomes that X factor for them, right? He's running hard. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention, but Kenneth Walker is running like Marshawn Lynch back in the day. All right, this dude is running through plays. He's extending plays where you think it's stumped straight at the line of scrimmage. He ends up pushing the pile about 7 or 8 yards. Boy, strong. This is the first year we actually get to see him run through the playoffs, healthy, right? Yeah. Like, so we usually didn't see him nicked up and whatnot. So definitely excited to see him blow up there. So I think he's the X factor for Seattle. JSN also, right? I think he's just been playing all world, right? He's that wide receiver of the year for sure. But if I flip the script into the Patriots, I think there's only one answer, right? I think it's Drake May. Can you be that MVP that everybody keeps talking that you are, right? Now, I'll play advocate here, right? I think the Patriots, they had a weak schedule. It is what it is, right? But they've won all these games, so you got to respect it, right? At the end of the day. And they're at the final dance, right? Like, granted, they went against a bunch of good defenses, right? We can't take that away from Houston. We can't take it away from Denver. And even the Chargers. I think the Chargers defense was pretty solid throughout, you know what I mean? But, if we're being honest, every one of those offenses they faced was struggling to put up points, right? And then we had faith in Denver, but then Bo Nix, he's out, unfortunately, right before the game, right? So they haven't they've been tested from a defensive standpoint, but I think they've been tested with a lot of leeway, right? Like you're sitting there with Drake May, and he's getting pressured, but at the same time, it's we've got time to score, right? They're not scoring on the other end. So I think it's going to come down to Drake May. I don't think Seattle is going to play that game with him. If Seattle's playing anything like we've seen, they're going to put up some points, right? So I think it's going to be on Drake May to show that MVP caliber type of player that he is. He's going to have to be the one that changes that game for them altogether.
Okay. G, I'll follow. Who do you think is X factor for Seahawks and for the Patriots?
For Seahawks, I got to say Cooper Kupp. Like, I low-key, be forgetting that man is on that team. Like, that is low-key, that's their wide receiver, too. Super Bowl MVP. like as your wide receiver from what 2 years ago? What's that? 3 years ago?
About 3 years now.
So I think all attention, respectfully and rightfully so, is going to go to Jackson Smith and Jigba, but you got Cooper Kupp that you got to deal with too, you know. And for the Pats, it was definitely Drake May. But if anything, just from watching that game where they steamrolled my Chargers, one thing I noticed watching that game, that left tackle, he got a little bit by my son Owe, and I think he got him a couple times. So that O-line, if they can keep that man upright, I see that man keeping it funky, and that man can scramble. He got legs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he definitely do.
Vanilla Vic, he will be out.
Vanilla Vic is
I like that Vanilla Vic. Steve, what about you, man?
Definitely, when you think about the Patriots and Drake May, that's the big part right there. His legs, because whenever, even when we be playing Madden, and let's say you going through a tough drive, third and 12 or something, then you think you got your mans on the ropes. Then his quarterback, let's say you playing with Lamar or something. Lamar, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, one of these running quarterbacks. And he break off. The play is falling apart, and he break off and get 15-yard run, first down. That's a backbreaker for the defense.
Yeah.
That's a backbreaker for the defense. And just the way Drake May has been able to do that regularly, that's going to be a big X factor. And I think is as well for New England on the defensive side. We talk about Milton Williams all the time. I heard his name come up a lot. A lot. So if they're able to stop that run game, then it puts a lot of pressure on Sam Darnold. And we know Sam Darnold, yes, he's been playing very well, but I still don't trust him. Yeah, man. I don't know. I still don't fully trust him, because once you start getting your hands on him, then you start shaking up.
Mm-hmm.
And then
we know
that's a whole different Sam Darnold once he start getting some hits on him. So
I know that.
So I think that's gonna be a big thing.
Yo, Mr. Moderator, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do I feel like is there some bias behind that question, Steve? Like you feeling like
right?
I thought the same thing. I'm like, y'all let them walk, didn't y'all?
They were like, that could have been us.
Right? You're not trying to see that boy Prosper come home with the chip when that could have been you.
I mean, by all means, we're gonna get into our final score predictions and all of that.
Steve going through. He told his chick to go, and she upgraded.
Yeah. He's like, go find better.
Not Super, and it's not even Super Bowl like 2 years from now. It's literally the next season.
The next year. But I mean, he played well for us. He played very well. It's just in the big stage.
But y'all got 9.
How he do?
So
I got 9
now. How's he doing now in the big stage?
That boy cutting the road.
Boy showing up now, huh?
Y'all got number 9, remember?
Hey, 9 is in development. 9's gonna pull up and do what 9's got to do. We'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? The organization is going through.
9 about that Justin Jefferson.
Yo, Josh, my man Steve said that boy been a hidden gem for 2 seasons now, boy.
That boy not upgrading at all. He needs 700.
Yeah, that's crazy. But you know how injuries go. You know how injuries go with that.
You know what's crazy? Go ahead. No, finish your point.
Nah. Shout out to Sam Darnold though. I'm happy for him that he's at.
I don't believe that.
Nah, I am. I ain't got no beef. I ain't got no beef. It ain't no beef. He's just honestly, I've told each and every one of y'all this. I feel the same way about him as I did with Kirk Cousins. It's like they're quality quarterbacks, but then when the stage gets really bright and you start putting your hands on them, they knees start buckling, and you gotta have that kind of like what we was talking about, that star power, especially at this stage. You gotta know how to mentally get yourself in a position where you can make the necessary plays. That's what everybody looks at Tom Brady for.
But can we be honest though? Can we be honest? There's probably realistically one quarterback in the league that's like that. where his star power can take over the game if he doesn't get rattled, right? And that's Pat Mahomes. But even Pat Mahomes, we saw a Super Bowl against Tampa
One
Bay.
quarterback?
I'm saying one quarterback because if we're being honest, once you start tagging up these QBs and they're a little rattled and they start clinching this ball a little bit quicker and have to release it a little bit faster.
Don't get me started, bro.
No, go ahead. No, fire it up.
Let's get it started.
You two was there when this man got sacked 9 times.
That's I'm talking about once they rattle, right? I'm talking about if Joe Burrow go out there and throw 3 picks. Matter of fact, you guys had a game like that this year, right? Where he threw 3 picks. How'd that turn out?
No, we didn't 3 picks.
Yeah, he had a terrible game this year.
Bro,
where it was literally his fault.
rattle. He said rattle is when you put hands on the boy, right?
Joe Burrow's always different meaning for different QBs. Like
Joe
you take
Burrow
away Lamar's legs and you force him to throw, he might get a little bit more rattled, right? If he starts getting plugged from outside the pocket and whatnot. It's a different meaning for him versus Matthew Stafford. You start sacking Matthew Stafford left and right, he's gonna get rattled because he can't take off like that. So it's a little bit different.
Joe don't get rattled.
You like to think so, huh?
No, I know so.
Joe don't get rattled.
Joe don't get rattled, and that boy always getting hit. He throws picks and always get hits, and he still gives you position to win the damn game. But that's besides the point, right?
Oh no, yeah. Let's move on.
What I will say is this. What I will say is this. So we can go on to the next question. My X factor for the Patriots is actually the O-line. They got 2 rookies on that O-line, and I feel like because Drake May, we're being honest, he's the one that's been seeing ghosts this whole playoffs. And the defense he's about to face ain't getting no easier, right? If they can give that boy some time so he can get some confidence, I think that really be huge for the Patriots' success because he needs to show up for this game. He's gonna have to show up. Like the Patriots, like that defense is gonna eventually crack because the way the Seattle's offense has actually been very really damn good. Like putting up numbers, right? So I think that O-line with the rookie is Jarrett Wilson and Campbell. They're gonna have to show up, especially Campbell, because I done seen Campbell get dog walked a few times throughout this playoffs in different series. And like I said, the Seattle D-line ain't gonna be any easier. And they got a young boy, a rookie out there, Nick, the safety. That boy, he fly everywhere, and they're gonna be blitzing him off that slot. So I think the Patriots O-line is that X factor for me. And then for the Seattle Seahawks, I had Cannon Walker as well. When he's running the ball, it's just a different offense, bro.
Yeah, he changes them.
Different offense. And I can tell people don't like tackling him. Like, I can tell tackling is painful.
You got to go low.
Hey, man. But we talked about leadership. We talked about star power. We talked about X factors. I want to get into, matchup advantages. What do you think is some advantages that actually, I want to start this one off with you, Steve. What do you think is some advantages that both teams has over each other for this game?
I think when you have as much trash as I talk about him, you have Sam Darnold at the helm under center. Compared to his counterpart, there's a lot more experience. And I think that goes a long way, especially in these types of moments. Where it's like, yeah, he can, again, as much trash as I talk about him, you the one throwing the ball. You the one making the reads. And so while we talked about New England defense being able to dominate on the front end, on the front line with Milton Williams and them boys, if Darnold can make the right reads and the right plays, I think it does shift the trajectory of the game for them in their favor, honestly. Because when you don't get your hands on him, when he has space to make the reads, make the plays, then I think you're in trouble. And he got some weapons out there, JSN, that's able to make plays. That's star power. So I think for Seattle, that's one of the big things that they're gonna have to really rely on. And I think one of the keys for them is honestly on the opposite side of the game. I talked about it on the opposite side of the ball. I talked about it earlier, just being able to contain Drake May. I think as long as they keep him in the pocket, they keep his legs from breaking their back defensively, then they'll be
that in real quick.
I think they'll be in a good position. Honestly, for New England, it really just, I think the defenses of both teams are, it's going to be a heavily defensive game.
It is.
I think it's going to, and you know that old adage, defense wins championships. Wait, what was that, G? I think that was G.
Nah, I said I think they're number 1 and number 2. Defense is coming in.
Yeah. They are.
So, and that's why like the pressure is really on the quarterbacks to be able to make the right plays. That's my position on that. What about you, Drum?
For me, this is gonna be a little weird, right? I think Patriots wide receiver and tight end group is better than Seattle. Outside of just JSN and his superstar power, and then obviously Cooper Kupp did have a good game last week, but then he's kind of just been just there. And then Shaheed is really just a gadget player. Like you can hit him a deep bomb, you can hit him a wide receiver verse or special teams. But when I think about New England, I think their wide receiver core gets slept on a lot, right? Because they don't really have no big names. But that's the thing about that offense is that you don't know who they can go to. You got Matt Hollins who'll be walking in with no socks on, the shoes on, but he just be showing up, right? Boutte, he just shows up in these big moments. You got Diggs, and then you got young boy with Douglas and Kyle Williams. But here's the other thing: you got 2 good tight ends that are vets with Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. And when I think about Seattle's offense, if you take JSN away, if you take him away, if you find a way to take him away, I have yet to see like somebody else step up big time. And that's the thing with New England. It's just a group. Anyone's getting that pill. So I think the advantage is there for them for that. For QB, I put a tie personally because one, Sam Darnold has been great. But if you get that nigga to see, if you get him to see ghosts, we know what kind of Sam Darnold he can be. And Seattle's offense has done a really good job on getting him time. But like I said, if the Patriots D-line can get to him, because they got some dogs over there, and they got a really good linebacker. I know Robert Spillane is injured right now. He may not play this week, and that'll be tough. But if you make him uncomfortable, it's going to be a long day for that Seattle offense. And the reason I put a tie, because we have also yet to see Drake May be what he's been this regular season. And that can happen too. It's really who can you make see goes first between those quarterbacks. I gave running back to Seattle. I think Kenneth Walker is better him by himself than Stevenson and
Travion
and the young boy. What's the young boy's name again?
Travion Henderson.
Travion. Like I'm taking Kenneth Walker and his impact over them two, personally. And then defense, no disrespect to Patriots, they do got a strong defense. I think that whole side is better than the Patriots' whole side, personally. I think like as a group. I think that secondary, you got some dogs. Yeah. Secondary, you got some dogs. And then you got a really good vet safety in like I guess I got the young boy, you got Devon Witherspoon, and you got Knucklehead from last week. You know what I mean? He got to make sure he's not arguing and stuff like that. They got Ernest Jones, a linebacker, and then like I said, that D line is deep and they got a lot of depth. So yeah. What about you two?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Seattle, we talked about star power, right? And I think Seattle has all that as opposed to the Patriots, right? I think you look at Kenneth Walker, you look at JSN, who's been wilding all year long, right? I think those are the main 2 people that you kind of have to focus on. And I still think regardless of whether it's 2 main receivers, right? You have Cooper Kupp that's just there, right? They're just hanging around that he can step up in the big moments, right? And honestly, I'm gonna play advocate here. I think he's been holding off for this type of moment. I think when you get older in the league, you kind of start preserving a little energy until you get to that race, right? Especially when you see that it's on in the horizon. But I think you know what I'm saying? Like he stepped up as if he was regular Cooper Kupp from 2 or 3 years ago. So, exactly. So he's definitely gonna have some added incentive to go out there and wild out this game for sure. Especially knowing that he's the only guy in that cast that's been there, right, and done that. So I do think with that star power, even though it sounds easy to be like, oh yeah, all you have to do is contain them too, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be extremely difficult to contain a run game and a pass game, right? I think Sam Darnold, the benefit that you have when Kenneth Walker gets running is you can play that action, right, and flip the entire script, have everybody on their heels. I do give a credit to the Patriots defense because I do think that they can be overwhelming for Sam Darnold, right? And I think you guys mentioned it in terms of Sam, knowing how Sam Darnold is once he gets rattled. And yeah, we can say that, you know, for his past experiences, but if we're looking at the body of work from this year, he's shown his ability to get back up this year. I think he's kind of flipped the script on the narrative on who Sam Darnold is, right? To make it to the dance is no small feat, regardless of who the quarterback is. So I think we gotta give him respect from that standpoint to say, you know, he gets punched him out. I think he's battling an oblique injury too, which we thought he wasn't going to play for San Francisco to go through. So that doesn't go away in 2-3 weeks, right? So I know he's probably still going to come up a little banged up there, but adrenaline, you know, does a lot for the human body, right? I think for the drugs. Yeah, you know what I mean? You got to shoot him up if it gets to that point. But yeah, I think they have the advantage in terms of having that star power that they can lean on, you know, to kind of alleviate some of that pressure off of Sam Darnold, right? For the Patriots, I agree with you, D. I had jotted down as well, where you don't know who it is, right? Like you don't know who can go off. All you know is Drake May has to be on, right? And so long as Drake May is on, Deshaun Booty could catch that 9 that we've seen him catch multiple times this year, right? Stephon Diggs is not talked about a lot, unless you're bringing up Cardi at this point, right? But at the same time, Stephon Diggs changed that entire wide receiver room.
He did.
You watch football down to a T, you know that boy can route up the best of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From a CB standpoint, you know, I give it to the Patriots because I think Christian Gonzalez and the DBs there are just out of this world. I think they just played great ball. Like you saw Christian get beat last game to start the game, and then guess who's the one that ended it, right? Like he ends up getting his hand on that ball. So he knows about, you know, the ups and downs of the game and exactly how to battle through adversity in that regard. But yeah, like I said, I still think it all comes down to Drake, right? I think if Drake is playing that caliber of football that he's shown, albeit against weaker teams, but he's shown all year, right? I think they're going to make it extremely difficult for the Seahawks, because I do think if you get to Sam Darnold and you condense what he's able to do, Sam Darnold kind of like the same you know scuff that I give to Matthew Stafford. He's a gunslinger. He's gonna throw that pill.
Yeah.
And you can't take that pill up out the air. Like he's gonna give you opportunities to go and get them picks. You know, he's gonna put the ball in play for his receivers. So it's gonna be tougher. It's gonna be 100% tougher for Sam Darnold. I don't think it's as cut and dry as people making it seem. But like I said, I think this is either a very fought battle if Drake May is on, or a completely huge blowout if Drake May gives us the 69 yards we just saw him put up over here in the AFC Championship. Nobody talking about it. If it was Jalen Hurts, would be crucified. You know what I mean? But Drake May, he done slid up out a couple games this year already. You know what I mean? So he's going to have to flip the script altogether for this Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah, and he's
what
working
about you
right now too. They saying his shoulder. He ain't even been cleared. Low key.
Drake,
he gonna be cleared. He gonna be cleared.
They gonna play him.
He gonna be ready.
You know they got to do the suspense for the headlines and all that good stuff. But
what
young quarterback playing through an injury, if you ain't been there before, especially on this stage, yo.
I was joking with my brother earlier. I said the oblique injury isn't a real injury. They're just giving him an excuse just in case he fuck up. You know.
I know your brother ain't like that.
What about you, G? What do you got for matchup advantages?
Keep this shit real brief. Seahawks defense is the advantage. For the Pats, son, I was watching some video earlier. This nigga Josh McDaniels been there for damn near every Super Bowl for the Evil Empire. That boy a horrible head coach, but that boy can cook up some things as an OC, bro.
You're right.
That man can cook it up. If there's anybody I think that can cook it up against this defense, I'm not gonna say he don't got the chance to. So as great as that defense is,
that's a good point.
Josh McDaniels. I think he got five of them things, 6 of them things under the belt.
You bring up a great point there. I completely forgot when we talk about coaching. Patriots got it, right? Like experience. we talk about play calling. They got it.
The Evil Empire. They got it.
They definitely do. You know, I just thought about too, man. This is a tough day for Vikings in general because Diggs was on their team too.
All right.
Yeah. No, we just got to watch if I can see who leave. And you know exactly that team probably gonna be nice the following year.
Yeah, man. So it's a tough
That's
day.
crazy.
All right, fellas, listen,
That's
man.
crazy. Yo, we a quarterback away, man.
Yeah,
Gee,
that's our quarterback, right?
Yeah,
Right.
man, y'all been quarterback away when you had quarterbacks.
Yeah.
All right.
If
Gee,
it's not the quarterback, it's the kicker, but we're not gonna get into that.
Oh, here we
Gee, I
go.
want to start this. I want to start the next question with you, G. What do you think are keys to win the game for both teams?
Drake May got to keep the ball away from the other team.
Simple.
You know what's funny? When I'm sitting here and I'm prepping for this, I'm thinking about all the questions. I be thinking about all the talk shows I be watching. And I'd be getting tight when they answer with some dumb shit. Like, of course, if you do that, like, you're gonna win the game. Like, if you keep the ball away from the other team, or if you don't allow them to score in the red zone, well, duh. So honestly, I'm falling in line with that. Turnovers.
I fuck with it. Steve, what do you think keys to win the game for both teams?
I think when it comes to turnovers, more pressure's on Darnold. Me personally,
That boy hate Darnold.
It's not that I hate him. It's not that I hate him. It's
bro,
just,
have you seen May in his playoffs?
Yo, I understand, but it's like you got more experience. You've been doing this a lot longer. You've been in the league a lot longer, and for you to have, bro, he ain't go through that many teams for no reason. Sorry, he's here now. He's here now. So we gonna see what he gonna do. However, it's like, I'm trying to think who would be a good comparison. Just a middle of the pack player. Just the middle of the pack player.
Nobody. No, there's no good comparison I can think of right now in terms of Sam's situation.
Yeah, it's just,
and you can't even say Nick Foles because Nick Foles was actually was balling.
Yeah, Nick Foles brought him to the chip. He won the game,
but he was balling into towards the end of the season into the playoff.
Oh yeah,
he was managing. He did a good job managing for us. But he also had success. He also had success prior to that year. So it wasn't like he came off the street on some Kurt Warner, right? Kurt Warner was working at Walmart or wherever he was working for a little bit, and then came back, went to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So it's it can be done for sure.
What about Baker though?
Yeah, that's actually funny. That comment just came up in the chat.
But Baker's not in the Super Bowl.
But that's like saying, yeah.
Oh, you're comparing them going to the dance?
Talking about. Are we comparing about going to the dance, or we're just talking about backup QBs?
No, just backup QB, just middle of the road type of QB. And it's like, we've seen enough from you to kind of have a great gauge of who you are, what you're being able to.
But that's the thing.
Years, and understand, now he's been in better systems, he's flourished a bit. But again, all those prior years.
Yeah, we can't front like the Jets didn't happen. That was about 3 years.
I listen. I hear you, but look at the Jets and where they're at right now. They're still looking for a quarterback.
No, but I mean, are we looking at his total body of work? Or are we looking for the last couple of years?
It's hard to But you said it earlier. It's hard to do that when if he's gonna keep playing like that. It's really hard to say that right now. It's one more game, and he can literally go back to old Sam, and that's why we said we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, we
right.
Just see. However,
but Baker ain't been this far before.
Not to the Super Bowl, no.
And Baker's and we could all agree Baker's the better quarterback, right?
Then Sam?
Sam.
I think it's a toss up at this point.
Oh, here we
go. I'll be honest. I think it's a toss. Like what has Baker done to be like he's the better quarterback by far?
Baker's been consistent in Tampa Bay.
Did you see this last year?
And Baker went to the playoffs twice with the Browns.
You see this
so we're gonna talk about. I get that, right? He got hurt, and then he lost a lot of receivers. But if we're talking about the whole picture. You're talking about this 1 year with Sam, and we're talking about Baker's had winning seasons, multiple winning seasons, with two different teams now.
But can we be honest here? All right, let's just be real. Do you ever believe Baker is gonna go out there and win a Super Bowl?
Did we believe Sam?
Sam's in dance. Whether you believe it or not, he here.
Yeah, whether he's
Baker ain't making
yeah.
yet.
I'm sure not a lot of people would have put their money on that.
Defense like that and a receiver that just had a damn near the best second season. Yeah.
Baker came in right after Brady. You saw what Brady did with that team.
They also lost some coaches. Lost some coaches.
You lost one coach. The whole other staff stayed, bro.
I can't.
But they did good that year.
Yeah, nah. Just back to the point. Overall, I have more pressure on Sam. I think the pressure is there because you're more of a veteran. Because Drake May, it's year 2. He made it to this point, which is a huge feat. But it's like, being able to get to this point by year 2, and yeah, there's other quarterbacks, greats that have made it that early in their career, yes. And so, again, I think when it comes to just protecting the ball, preserving the ball, because we've seen Sam, that's part of his. It's unfortunate, but that's part of a bit of what he's known for. He gets rattled. He, like y'all said it early, he'll throw it up, and you got chances to take that ball out the air from him. So there's that. And then I think for New England, it's just defense. How well can the defense contain Seattle? If they can get the boys up front, if the D-line can make some moves, shut down Kenneth Walker, keep him minimal, keep his impact minimal, contain JSN as much as you can, and then put some hands on Sam, I think that's going to be the key for them winning this game. Again, I think defense is going to be so huge, so critical this game.
I respect it. I'll follow that question with you, Josh. Keys to wins the game.
Drake May, he's got to score. He's got to lead these scoring drives. You can't have these stall out 3 and outs. You can't give too much of a cushion to a team like Seattle, right? It's a lot. I think the opposite, right, Steve? I think a lot of pressure falls on May, right? Because with Seattle, Sam Darnold, there is a lot of pressure at playing QB, but at the same time, Sam Darnold can lean on his run game, right? He can lean on the star power of Jackson Smith and Jigba, right? And you have Drake May on the other side that he has to be the tone setter. Stefan's not getting started without him knocking down these throws, right? You got Ramondre Stevenson, which over there kind of works in the reverse. When Drake May starts off with these nice dinky doink passes, right? A little slant here, a dig route here. That's when Ramondre starts running rampant, right? That's when Travion Henderson starts finding these holes because they're looking for these pass schemes. They're starting to drop their guys back instead of loading the box. That's when you start getting these openings, right? So I think that's how it's going to work in tandem for the Patriots for sure. For the Seahawks, it's going to be Sam, man. Samuel Richard Donald. It's going to come down to him, right? Whether or not he has to limit the amount of hits he takes for sure. I think he's I think like any great quarterback, he prides himself in staying in the pocket to the last minute, getting the ball off if he can get it off. But he has to limit those hits because I have a weird feeling that if he gets hit a little too hard by these boys, my boy Milton, going to tag him up on a throw, we might see Drew Lock come out.
First of all, they got two DTs. They got 2 DTs over there. That's good. Like Christian Barmore is a dog too.
Christian Barmore is nice as well. But Milton, I done seen Milton. I watched Milton a full year run with us. He's in the second Super Bowl in 2 years because of this. That boy can play some good ball, bro.
Yeah.
So if he tag up Sam Darnold and he think he's gonna land in that pocket, we will see Drew Lock come out. So I think Sam just needs to limit the amount of hits he's taking. And then just do more of the same stuff that he's been doing in this entire run. I think he's played amazingly this year, right? Not MVP football, but I think he's managed the game to a point where it's tough to stop him, right? It's tough to get these guys contained. Like you have to count on or lean on maybe him throwing an errant pass or maybe him doing something else. But when you have people like Jackson catching one-handed grabs 15 yards down the field, right, keeping 2 feet, it's tough. Right, so there's a lot of space for him to kind of flourish there.
I rock with that. I think I'm gonna come from a different angle. So I'm not repeating some of the same stuff, but for New England, I think that defense needs to show up. And when I mean defense, I'm strictly talking about Landry and Kason. I know Milton and Christian Barmore are gonna do their thing. Like Patriots had like the #1 rush defense for a lot of weeks this past season. But Kason had he kind of revived his career. I don't think people remember he was a first-round pick in Jacksonville. he kind of revived his career in New England, and he's been a havoc all playoffs. And then Landry, Vrabel drafting them in Tennessee. I think those boys gonna have to show up on the edge because Seattle, they got a good line, but they also very young too. Like I think they're most experienced players, probably like the fourth or fifth year in the league right now. And then I think another person we're not talking about in the Patriots secondary is Carlton Davis. He got a ring with the Bucks.
Sure
He's a good vet corner who plays tough, and I think Vrabel's gonna do his thing to make sure JSN is not having a fucking field day, and that's gonna be hard, right? That's gonna be very hard. But between Carlton Davis and I think between Gonzo, which is the most, it's crazy. He gets shut down corner. People call him shut down, but he began work from time to time for somebody that's shut down. Like, but I think those two boys are gonna have to do their thing. Obviously contain JSN, and yes, Drake May does have to show the hell up. For Seattle, Sam just don't fuck up. That's all Sam gotta literally do. The way with that defense playing, just don't fuck up, right? I think wide receiver 2 and 3 needs to show up this game. Because I really believe like they're gonna do their thing to make sure JSN is not getting wide open routes in zone coverage in the end zone. Like I really think Vrabel's gonna really make sure they got somebody covering him, and I think they're probably gonna have Christian follow him all game or kind of mixing in between Carlton and all them. You know what I'm saying? But I think wide receiver 2 and 3, like I think about Rashid, like he can step up in special teams, or he can have a deep bomb. And Cooper Kupp, man, he's a Seattle local Seattle kid. Yeah. This is his day to really show up for him. So
can't count him
I
out.
think for that, man. So
can't count
wrap
out.
this. What?
I was just saying you can't count out Cooper.
No, you can't. To wrap this up, we just got 2 more questions, fellas, and I'll start with G. Final score predictions and who you got for MVP.
I'm gonna be honest with the top.
Moment of truth.
This answer is coming from pure hateration. Seahawks win 30-28.
30-28.
I can't have the AFC quarterback win. The slander for Herbert will no.
Hey, man. Sam Darnold might be better at this point, but that's a different conversation for a different day.
I will scream.
All right, Steve. What about you?
Yes, sir.
Wait, who? I'm sorry, G. Who do you have winning MVP?
JSN.
Respect.
I had JSN as my MVP pick as well. I gotta have Seattle winning 21-17.
Okay. Respect. What about you, Josh?
I got Seahawks 28-24. And I got Kenneth Walker being the MVP there.
Nice. Okay. For me, I had Seattle winning 20-13. I think this is gonna really be a defensive game. I think there's gonna be some field goals in there. So I think it'll be 20 Seattle, Patriots 13, and I also chose Kenneth Walker as my MVP. I think this is just a perfect game for him to really just go the hell off. You know what I mean? Or just get them critical, tough runs, because that's the stuff that you're gonna need, man. That's the stuff that you're gonna need. Before we let y'all go, we wanted to kind of end it off with a question, something on the deeper end, something to kind of leave anybody that's watching right now or who watches the replay. We are talking about the Super Bowl, Josh, I'll start off this question with you. What does this game teach us about preparation, pressure, and showing up when it matters the most?
I think it shows that nothing else really matters if you win, right? Like I think it shows that you can go from being considered the biggest bust, right, in your franchise history, for example, and that could be used in many different ways, right? Like you can be looked at as someone that's overlooked, right? Someone that they done counted out, someone that no one really believes in, right? And if you kind of stay the course and you have that mental fortitude within you, I think it shows that you can overcome all those things and having everything that you want, right? But it all comes down to you believing in you before all else.
Respect it. I'll follow that question with you, G. What does this game teach us about preparation, pressure, and showing up when it matters the most?
I mean, I think it just speaks to consistency, like for the long game. Like these teams didn't just make it to the Super Bowl overnight just from 1 week, 2 weeks. Like this, I imagine whatever their coaches are doing, whatever the players did to get themselves here, started in the offseason, starting in training camp, like decisions that they made every day, like workouts that they did, nutrition, all that, like all the small things, preparation built all the way up to this moment, like to get here. Preparation prevents piss poor performance. So,
it's all
like,
peas.
Talk about it.
Consistency.
Right there.
Yeah, for real. Question for y'all: if New England wins, you think the league is justified in saying Bill Belichick not a first ballot Hall of Famer?
No.
I don't know.
I think the league got this one wrong.
I saw that headline. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was crazy.
I saw that headline and said,
Bill Belichick is literally the best coach to ever coach in the NFL. And they said, nah, he can wait. What?
That's crazy.
I'll tell you, Tom Brady better start kissing ass from now.
Amen.
That man's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Fame. They not doing that to Tom.
No, yeah, Tom, which is the wild part. It's like, yo, Tom.
Yeah, no. Tom is likable. That's what it is.
I
don't think Bill was likable his entire career, right? He gave me one-word answers. A little smug sometimes, you know what I mean? So I can only imagine how that went behind the scenes.
So it's a popularity contest, huh?
100%. You saw what they did to T.O. You know what I mean? Nobody talking about T.O. enough.
That's another
one. I
mean? That's
just like second in every category.
Maybe it's that girl's one of the Hall of Fame voters' cousin or something, a niece. Who knows?
I think that's why he didn't get in.
Yeah, because he out there living.
I think they frowned upon that.
Because he got some young trim.
Mm-hmm. Young trim is crazy.
Hey man.
Yo.
Hey man. Listen, Steve, man. Steve, close us out, man. Definitely congratulate these brothers just to join us for tonight's episode, man. This was fun.
Big facts, and definitely would love. But we look forward to having y'all on the podcast again. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna have some great conversation lined up for sure. And we just want to say to everybody that's tuning in, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Talk That Shifts podcast, a space where we have conversations that's gonna move people forward. Hopefully they can move Sam Darnold forward into a Super Bowl win. You know what I'm saying? However, that's what I'm saying. I ain't got no beef with homie. You know what I'm saying? I still picked him to win. I just,
has beef with him. 100.
It's
100.
Bring it back home unprovoked.
And he dropped the however.
It's giving bitter baby daddy energy. Bitter baby daddy energy.
That's a little heat there.
It's giving Brokey energy.
Brokey is crazy. Brokey is insanity.
According to Fordham, right? Hey, man.
But we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all make sure y'all subscribe, and tap in every single Monday at 7 p.m. Again, this is the Talk That Shift podcast on behalf of myself and my host, Mr. Drummond, and our esteemed guest this evening. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all, fellas, for popping in, bringing in some good energy. That's it, man. And the conversation is going to continue next Monday at 7 p.m. So make sure you mark your calendars, ladies and gentlemen. We love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.